Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I shot a video, but I had my exams and my assignments and now they're all over, so
Hey you, click the bell and the subscribe button so you can see more of these.
we get to do a video. I posted on my Snapchat that I had bought this Veet Precision Beauty Styler, and it has a long name, obviously you can see. So I've obviously opened it and I've been using it for about, I would say, 2 months or maybe a little bit less than that. But I wanted to do a review because I'm Asian, I'm Indian, I'm Punjabi, and I am hairy. And so it only makes sense if I tell you guys whether this thing works or it doesn't. And let's just get started because I don't want to make this video too long like I always do. This is basically made for quick and gentle, high precision bikini and underarms face that you can use it in, and it has multiple tools that you get with it. Now my tools have been overly used, so yeah, this is a pouch that you get within the kit, and it's really handy, especially if you travel or if you're like on the go hairy person who always needs their stuff with them. So I will just get to it before. Okay, that's the amount of stuff that comes out of it. I also keep my scissors and my plucker with this, and I will tell you exactly why, because I'm also going to tell you the cons and the pros of this particular thing. So this is my eyebrow scissor that I use. Basically it has like a, what do you call it, like a straight cut, so it's meant for your eyebrows, and it also has like a little comb, which I'm sure I've dropped somewhere right now, but it has a little comb that you can put here so you can brush it through. So that's really handy. I use this. My plucker is also missing from this kit somehow, but this is the stencil that you get. This is the main body of the, let me just come a little bit closer. This is the main body of what you get, and this is how you basically switch it on. So I hope you can hear it. So this is how it goes. They also give you a battery already, just so that when you get it first you can use it as soon as possible, just in case you don't have batteries on you. And that's really helpful because with a person like me, if I get something I need to try it ASAP. So as you can hear, it's not too loud, but it's also not like a silent thing, so of course it makes a little bit of noise. It only has one setting to switch it on, which is pretty fair. It doesn't really matter. Now the thing is that if you're really hairy, you might not use the applicators the way they're meant to, and I will tell you why, but just go with me on this. So this is the first sort of head that you get, and I will put in the exact measurements of each of them right here. So one of them is the shorter one and one of them is the longer one, and then you just sort of, what is wrong with me? You just clip it on like that and it becomes like a sort of like a tool. So you switch it on and then you can go ahead and you can trim here, and it's meant to be trimming here as well. Like you can just trim your eyebrows as well. But what happened to me is, first of all, I have a lot of growth, like a very hard growth, and so when I went here, it sort of gives you the shave look and not the precise actually removal look. So if you, oh, also my hair is coming out. So if you just want to trim, this is great. If, like, for example, here and here and here, so maybe in between your eyebrow appointments, or if before you actually go ahead and pluck or before you thread yourself, it would be nice. And this is perfect for if you want to trim here, you want to trim here, you want to trim all the way somewhere here, just to clean up everything. And then they have this thing which is like a clipper. It's like a pink clipper on top, and you can just clip it on here. So one goes to the shorter side and one goes to the longer side, and what you can do is basically go over your eyebrows in order to decrease the length. So you don't have to go and put the actual trimmer on top of your eyebrows, but just to decrease the length of it, if it makes any sense. Just to decrease the length of it, you can use this comb sort of a thing, and it will just trim out the length of the hair. So it's supposed to trim your eyebrows length with the comb, and when you actually use the trimmer, it is going to trim your eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just show it to you guys over here. Although my eyebrows are like pretty much done and I'm waiting to go to the parlor. Anyhow, so that's what you could do with that. So it sort of comes here and here that you could do. But once when I used the longer one, and I was basically trying to do this, like just to clean up this area and to make this more precise, I ended up actually removing this end of it, and it took me about 3 weeks to grow this back. So and the good thing was, if you would try to use wax or maybe thread, or maybe if you actually tried to use like a proper razor, you would have ended up actually shaving the whole thing off. So it did not shave the whole thing off, it just sort of trimmed it to a very light consistency of hair. So it wasn't too bad, but accidents could happen. And so for me, at least on this part of it, I still sort of pluck this part, and this part I use this. Coming to the next part, which is your upper lips, I use the longer one on my upper lips just because I don't really have any hair here that ever comes. It's just sort of in this area, a very light sort of growth here. So here I use this, and it's really effective here. And I feel like it's more effective for your facial hair than anything else, but at least for me. So initially I used to use Nair or any sort of cream, but my skin is really sensitive, which means that it would really like sort of itch my skin. And so what I basically do is, no fear, if you're like a fearful person and you don't really want to risk your face or whatever, you could go ahead and use this one. But I'm always in a rush, like I have zero patience. So what I do is basically I take this one, which is a bigger head, and this is meant for your bikini line, but TMI, I shave, so I don't really trim anything. I believe in like full-on shaving. So if you sort of use it on your bikini line, I'm sure it works out great. But I use this sort of all the way here. I use it all the way here. I even use it for my sideburns, because I would usually put cream on those, but cream really is very risky because you don't know how much of it is going to come out, to be fair. So, but this gives you like a very clean cut. It gives you you can trim, you do all of this area. My hair growth sort of comes back lightly in 3 to 4 days, so it's really quick, because before I do my makeup, or sometimes even if you just put your primer in fact and then you remember it suddenly, it's not advised to do that, but you can always just go here. And I can also do it all the way here, which is really helpful, because if you wear deep necks and you have that sort of really light growth, you don't want to go ahead and put cream and then try to take it off or anything of that sort. So you can always use this, and it's really effective. It's really effective, so give it a thumbs up for that. This is one thing that I would never use because it's kind of useless for me. But if again, TMI, if you are hairy down there sort of a person, then I guess it's meant for like body hair technically. So even if you have your legs, that it's not meant for your legs, but if you have the patience to and you just want to sort of trim your bikini line or something, this is supposed to be something like a bigger version of this tiny little comb, and you would just trim out the length of your hair. But if you actually wanted to go ahead and do the trimming, then this would be the tool that you would use. And then it has this really cool cap, so whenever you're just traveling with only this, for example, you don't want to carry the whole thing, you can just carry this, and it has like a sort of cap. The good thing about it, it's not a blade, so it will never cut you off or anything of that sort. It will trim wherever and however. And we have this little brush, which is really handy, because I'm going to show you, I do have some sort of marks here, and it goes, okay, right here. It sort of just brushes your blade out, and that's great and hygienic, obviously. I guess that's what it is. So these are, I'm gonna put them all back into my bag. So you have the trimmer, you have the one head, you have the sort of length trimmer here, you have the cap of it, you've got the brush, you've got the long brush, which I never use, so I can literally skip it out of my bag, but I just keep it. And then you have this one, which is my favorite and the one that I use for all over my face. And then I have my handy scissors. So off it goes, and then close we go. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and comment below if you want to see any more kind of review videos or any other kind of videos. And also don't forget to follow me on my social media, so that's where I will reply to you the fastest. I'll see you guys in my next video.